You're watching Breakfast Television on City TV. Very excited about this segment right now. The Dam Busters mission, a key event in the Second World War, marking its 75th anniversary this year. An event that has all kinds of connections to Canada, to Southern Alberta, even one to Calgary. Ted Barris, the author here, about talking tonight, by the way, leading up to his speaking engagement tonight at the military museums. He has a book out called Dam Busters, Canadian Airmen and the Secret Raid Against Nazi Germany. Ted joins us this morning ahead of speaking tonight. We have information on the speaking engagement in a second. But first, I'm very excited to talk about this. And this is an event during the Second World War that's kind of lost on a lot of Canadians, Ted. I mean, what happened? The dam busting mission, it was really high risk, but really high reward, right?
The need was to get at the source of German steel production, and that was in the Ruhr Valley, a great distance from Britain, right in the middle of Nazi Germany. The hydroelectric dams, the Eder and the Mona, generated enough hydroelectricity to create Messerschmitts and U-boats and tanks and weaponry. It was the military machinery of the Nazis. And they came up with this idea, this British scientist, guy named Barnes Wallis, came up with this idea for a bouncing bomb to trip across the torpedo nets to get at the dams. That was the only way in.
Skipping on the water.
Same way you throw a stone over the lake.
And
it spins and skips. This is an image of some of the crews involved in the Dam Buster raid. These are the Lancasters. They were flying at high altitude here, but in the actual raid, they were down at treetop level. Look out your apartment building and 5 floors up, or a tree of 60 feet. They were flying that low to get to Germany. 3.5 hours in and 3.5 hours back.
They flew the whole
up the low. Well, you know the expression, flying under the radar? That was it. And here's the bomb skipping. This is in Britain, one of the test flights.
This is one of the test videos,
But they used this footage in the film, the actual feature film, the Dam Busters, so they made the feature in black and white so they could use this black and white trial footage, making it look as if this was the attack on the dam. But look closely, it's a sphere. That was one of the tests. This is the Eder Dam breached on the night of the 16th, 17th of May 1943, and it unleashed billions of cubic feet of water on the valley, destroying airfields, industrial plants, killing 1,400 people, many of them innocent, people who'd been slave labor. But it wasn't a tactical and strategic victory in the sense that it set back production in the Ruhr Valley more than a few months. In fact, the Germans rebuilt the dam in 79 days.
Oh, wow, okay.
But what it was a lift. There was no good news in the middle of the war. You said it a moment ago, it kind of got lost. There was a lot of war to fight before the victory came. This was the turning point. Coincidentally, Churchill's in Washington as this raid happens.
Oh, really?
And he can brag to the Americans, look what we've done. We've smacked the Nazis in the nose, bloodied their nose, he said. And what he was saying to the Americans is, Britain and Canada and the Commonwealth nations have been bearing the burden of this war. It's time for the Americans to ante up, as it were.
And a lot of the men on this mission were Canadian, and a lot of them, even if they weren't from Canada, were trained right here.
If you can go back to the image of the cover, on that cover, second man from the left is Fred Sutherland. He is the last surviving dam buster. He lives in Rocky Mountain House. He was a front gunner on one of the Lynx.
Really?
In the middle of the picture is a man named Terry Tarum. He was Norwegian. He was the lead navigator on Guy Gibson's aircraft. And then next to Terry is a guy named Reevy Walker from Blairmore. All these guys trained in Canada. Half the crews who served on this raid were trained in Canada by the British Commonwealth Air Training Plant. They emerge as the cream of the crop to do this raid. But as you suggest, the raid was costly. Half these guys didn't come back. That image on the cover shows 16 guys. Another 14 didn't come back.
Wow, okay. There's so much in this book that Ted Barris has written, and he's presenting a lot of information tonight at the military museums along Crowchild Trail Southwest. Gets underway at 7, right? You're going to be there chatting with people.
I've got images from the movie. I've got images of the Albertans. I'm going to retell the whole story and put the Canadians in their rightful place throughout the story, throughout the evening. About an hour-long presentation. And the books will be there for sale, courtesy of Owl's Nest.
I love it.
Thanks, Ted.
Nice to meet you, Ted.
Pleasure.
Interesting. I love these history lessons, and here's the movie. Here's the recreation of what actually happened.
They're bringing the dots together. They were 60 feet off the water. This is the shelling they took on the way in. Obviously, this is the feature, and optically done, not digitally, not like Star Wars. And this is the bomb site they used, a little manufactured thing of wood. There are the towers. When the pins lined up on the bomb site, on the sighting, they knew they were within 1,000 yards. They could drop the bomb. So they're dropping the bomb now, and they're going in, and it bounces. This is British footage, obviously integrated into the film. and then the explosion, not digitally done. You'll see I think the aircraft fly over the dam, and you'll see the explosion here. This is all optically done in a sound studio in England.
All this tonight, 7 o'clock at the Military Museum's Ted Barris, the author. Dam Busters is the book. We have a lot to come this morning. You're watching Breakfast Television on City TV.
Thanks, Ted.